Since these Paris Olympic Games and the strange events that took place there, the silence has been deafening from Shericka Jacko Jackson and the greatest of all time, Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce. In fact, the conspiracy theories are just going bonkers. So, what really happened at the Paris Olympic Games? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. You do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. You drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, ready? Yep. Good to go. Well, many Jamaicans were disappointed, and I believe Shericka Jackson herself was disappointed because at the Paris Olympic Games, she literally didn't even touch the track. She didn't run in the 100 and or the 200 meters. And many Jamaicans have been, let's say, a little, well, they were a little disappointed. I'm being very kind. And in fact, I've seen people saying, not necessarily disparaging things, but I've noticed that when we do anything on Shericka Jackson, there is just not a lot of support. And people are still asking, what happened? Now, we all remember Shericka Jackson running her PB in the women's 100 meters at the National Stadium in Kingston, Jamaica. That astounding time of 10.65 made her one of the top 5 fastest women all time in this event.
Sterling lineup. And the slide push in the set position. Off they go. Very, very good start by Shericka Jackson. Natasha Morrison's on the premises. Thompson Hira is knocking on the door as well. Step forward, Shericka Jackson imperiously. And she steps away in great style to become back-to-back national champion. Big performance on the big occasion. We wait for the official time.
10.65!
10.65!
There can be no doubt that this was not the Shericka Jackson we saw for the 2024 season. It was obvious that something was off. And I think why many persons still remain upset was the fact that we feel as if we never ever got a straight answer from Shericka Jacko Jackson, an MVP. I mean, even at the Paris Olympic Games, we thought she was going to run the 100 and the 200 meters, and then she withdrew from the 100 meters. Remember this?
In all honesty, if you realize I'm not looking too sad right now, I'm okay, you know. Sometimes you have to prepare mentally, especially if you have a mix-up where you get a little bit hurt. You have to really think about what if, you know. And I think, as I said, it's a decision we're comfortable with. So we're okay.
A final question, how confident are you about the 200?
I'm always confident, whether it's 100 or 200. It's something that you go out there, you don't go out there like, oh, what if? Or what if I don't win or whatnot.
And then, of course, she didn't even run in the 200 meters. A massive disappointment for many Jamaicans, which, of course, we all know was one of the primary reasons why we didn't win as many medals as we should have won at the Paris Olympic Games. Not that I'm not that grateful, but I'm simply telling you what I'm hearing on the ground. People are still angry. And the silence from Shericka Jackson's camp is absolutely deafening because the truth is, people, we really haven't heard anything actually since the Paris Olympic Games. Then, of course, there's the greatest of all time, the women's 100 meters, the remarkable Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce. This was supposed to be her swan song, her last Olympic Games. And we all knew that we anticipated something special from her. In fact, we were all certain that she would have been on that podium one way and or the other at the finals in the women's 100 meters. Now, we know that she was not at her best. This is what she ran in the finals at the national trials in Jamaica this year. And then, of course, we saw Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce run an incredible heat at the Paris Olympic Games. That led all of us to believe that this was it. You know, this was going to be something special. The last time I remember seeing her was this occasion of being at the Paris Olympic Games.
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
Was actually this video.
She said them changed the rule yesterday. Like,
Wasn't
how can
announced.
you change the rule and then not say it? So you're asking all the athletes who, for whatever reason, don't stay in the village, them can't come through the gate. We came through this gate yesterday and went through security and was okay. The man said we can't go, we have to go all the way up when everybody else are entering to come back down here, sir. That's crazy.
This is crazy. Hey, what's happening there? What's happening over here?
So what happened? I mean, people, if I tell you some of the theories I've been hearing, I have heard they were paid off. I have heard their lives were threatened. I've heard so many bizarre things that I just don't understand. Of course, you have one side get on the line. I'm giving 100% at all times, and that's what I'm looking forward to. This is a Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce we expected. Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. Yes, it is unimaginably strange what happened at the Paris Olympic Games. And you know what? I'm not really big on conspiracy theories, but it was just so odd. And I think it would be nice if someone clarifies to us what happened. The last time we saw Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce at the Paris Olympic Games was that video I showed you where they were complaining about having to walk around instead of accessing the gate they'd been using the whole time, which I thought itself was very odd. But hey, I was later told that this was primarily because of security reasons and security concerns. But she seemed fine. And then what was odd is we were told that there was an injury issue in her warm-up. But her physio, her doctor said that when he went there to check on her after that incident, meaning this is when she withdrew, she had left of her own volition. She had left, apparently walked off. And that just seems odd. Doesn't that seem odd to you people? I mean, maybe I'm just getting this all wrong. And which is why I would love at some point for the great Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce, who I love and admire, to clarify what happened. In my mind, I cannot see, because I do remember Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce running at the Rio Olympic Games, if my memory serves me correctly, in 2016 with a broken toe in the final. A broken toe. Last year at the World Championships, injured with an injury in on her knee. She ran the second leg in the finals of the 4x100 meters relay. The Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce I know, regardless, her last hurrah, her last Olympic Games, unless it was a very severe injury, and it couldn't have been because she seemed to have left on her own, would have participated. So why didn't she? When people ask me these questions and they come up with these, I mean, believe me, people, if you hear some of the conspiracy theories out there, you would be freaked out. As I said, they were paid off. I don't know, they're switching allegiance. I've actually heard that one, which is bizarre. Their lives were threatened. I've heard everything. And all I want is for someone to tell me what happened. Why would the great Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce, her last Paris Olympic Games, and the run we saw, what we saw, I think, was in the semifinals, she would have medaled. There is no question what could have led her to leave. She left, this is to what her physiotherapist said, when he got there, she had gone. What happened? And why the deafening silence? Why hasn't we recently saw a video that we featured from Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce doing her wonderful, what she always does, her back to school treat for her, for Waterhouse. And then I think she was going to go on to Linstead to do the same. But I just want someone to tell me what the heck happened. I mean, don't you all think this is very strange? She ran with a broken toe. In Rio, a broken toe, people, is a very painful thing. What could have caused her not to run? I mean, what? And if it was such a bad injury, shouldn't she have left on a stretcher? Shouldn't she have left in a wheelchair? What happened? If she left of her own volition, What happened? I get the theories. I get them. I don't believe most, if not, I don't believe any of them. But we just need an answer. Now, Shericka Jackson. Most people tell me that they're just mad. They're just mad because they believe, they feel like they were strung along, like a promise that was never going to be kept. Now, I don't believe that. I believe Shericka Jackson really wanted to run. I can't believe in my heart of hearts that Shericka Jackson, an MVP, would have gone to the Olympic Games knowing that she could never run the 100 and or the 200 meters. But the question must be asked. If anybody wouldn't have known that, wouldn't it have been her team? I mean, wouldn't they have known the degree of injury? When we saw her run the 200 meters where she had to pull out when she was racing against the silver medalist from this year, Julian Alfred, in women's 200 meters, she was clearly beating her. She had to literally stop running. She was clearly uncomfortable. And in fact, throughout the entire season, even winning in 10.79, which is impressive under most circumstances, was not impressive at the Jamaican National Championships. We all knew something was off. And I think why many persons seem to be angry and upset, and I'm just some person on YouTube, I'm just an artist who loves doing this. This is my passion. Why hasn't someone come on to us and said, hey guys, this is what happened. This is what happened. Because honestly, I can tell you, if any of her, either of these great, iconic athletes, management is listening, believe me when I tell you, Jamaicans have not forgotten. And I do believe many of them want some kind of answer. Now, I know the answer is injury, but I think there are some I's that need to be dotted and some T's that need to be crossed. Now, the truth is, you don't have to do this. You are iconic. We love you anyway. But there is a simmering sense of, I don't know, I don't want to say mistrust, but like I said, if you hear all these theories, these conspiracy theories as to what happened to both these athletes, you would want to do some kind of clarification. And yes, I concede. To me, it was very strange that how could you not know that your athlete couldn't run the 100? And then if they can't run the 100, how can they do the 200, which is even more stressful on their body? How would they be able to do either? And how could you not know prior to the athlete leaving or when they got there in training that they couldn't have participated? Because I think one of the problems was there was this hope and this anticipation and this build-up. And I think if we had been told earlier, the disappointment would have been easier to cope with. But instead, what I hear is deafening silence, no explanation, and an entire population of athletic lovers wondering what happened to Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce, the greatest female 100-meter sprinter all time, and Shericka Jackson, the second greatest 200-meter runner all time at the Paris Olympic Games. Because to us, it just seemed strange. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. Now, don't forget to go over there and support us at Printify. We have leave a link in the description below. Check out our merchandise. Remember to hit the subscribe button, notification, the like button. You are royals, your kings and queens. Bless up.